communication, leadership, community, connection, empathy. We talked about so much awesome stuff.
They want to see our flaws and our mistakes. And that's what improv is. It celebrates, it's built on the mistake of the moment.
I think people are going to really start to crave authentic, genuine connections.
Live performances will be more valuable. People want to see real people in the flesh.
I just saw a message from somebody, and you could tell that they sent it through Chat GPT. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, that's a bummer. There's not like the authenticity of a mistake in there.
Welcome to Speak Arizona, the podcast for professionals ready to elevate their communication and leadership skills. Whether you're speaking to a crowd or leading a team, you'll get practical tips, expert insights, and inspiring stories. Join us as we dive into the craft of powerful communication and authentic leadership. Speak Arizona is powered by District 3 Toastmasters. Subscribe and take the next step to becoming the speaker and leader you want to be. Welcome to Speak Arizona, a podcast dedicated to empowering you to find your voice. Hi, I'm your host, Rupesh Parbhoo. I help technical experts upgrade from being the smartest person in the room to the most influential, one conversation at a time. We're back with part 2 of our episode with the Bridge Improv. And with me again is our wonderful co-host, Rachel. Rachel, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Rachel Perez, owner of Composition, where I create brands, logos, and websites for health and wellness businesses to help them connect with the right audience for them. And I'm really excited to have the Bridge here again because I've been taking classes at the Bridge for quite a while now, so really exciting to have them.
Cool.
Awesome. My name is David, and I am co-owner and co-runner of the Bridge Improv Theater.
My name is Jess, and I am the education director at the Bridge.
And wearer of all hats.
Yes.
Yes, and that's a great lead-in. So part 1, we talked about improv and communication, and what we got to was listening and empathy and connection and the masks we wear and the masks we take off. And I love that. Now I want to talk a little bit about improv and leadership. And we started part 1 talking about how you all wear multiple hats. You're business owners, you're cleaners, you are educators, you're comedians, you're wearing all that, you're starting a new aspect of your business. So can you all talk to me a little bit about that intersection of leadership, your business, and improv? What has improv taught you about business, or what has business taught you about improv?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is going with the flow of things. As a small business owner, you can run into speed bumps constantly. So like being able to improvise and go with the flow. I mean, just a few weeks ago, there was a roofing project happening on our building, and it created leaks when it was raining. And so we were about to start a show in 30 minutes, and I had to like section off seats and get buckets. And it's just like, okay, we can still do a show. How can I stop the noise from happening? And then go perform immediately like after. And so I think as you use improv, you get to like learn how to like think quickly and solve quickly, right? Because on stage, you're not necessarily solving a problem, but you're listening, you're trying to get to something fun. And when you're a business owner, you have to think quickly and get to something that's going to work for everybody. So I think that's like the first thing that comes to my mind.
For me, I said it in the previous session of this podcast, and no one person is the leader is my biggest takeaway from both the business side and the improv side, because it's a give and take. Yes, and is you have to have somebody to play off of when you're doing improv, and you're giving something and they're giving something, and it's ping pongs back and forth like that. And so taking the pressure off yourself, and it's what we've seen with the community. David, since the beginning, by the way, I just want to point this out, which maybe this is where this the podcast will go is because I found it personally fascinating from the very beginning when David first started talking about even creating a theater. He said it needs to be community driven, and I don't have great business acumen, but in my mind I was like, what does that mean? I didn't understand it. I didn't grasp it because we live in a capitalistic corporatocracy, and I was like, I don't know what that looks like. But now, especially this year, particularly with the growth that we've experienced, because we moved into a new space that's quite a bit bigger than our previous space. The community has shown such support and love that and people pop up as leaders that you would never expect. It's also just even those people who pop up as unexpected leaders, they have people rallying around them. Mm-hmm. Students rallying around other students, and it's just everybody's like they build a bridge. They're a bridge holding up the bridge.
I'm also a big believer in the best ideas are the ones that we build together. So meaning like it's good. Someone might have a thought or something, but they have like 5% of it, and then this other person comes in and builds upon it.
Yes.
And then it blossoms into this really good idea that this person just had like a nugget of a thought, and now it's blossomed into this big idea because we're able to yes and it and build upon it. So
absolutely.
I think that's a big thing with improv, and how it directly connects to business is being able to listen to those ideas, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice segue into our next question, which is, what's one improv technique you wish every corporate leader practiced?
Oh.
Every corporate leader.
Or leader in general. Business
corporations. Maybe that aspect of it, of listening and working upon all the ideas, because I think a lot of people, like especially in like a group work setting, someone might have an idea, but they'll be afraid to speak it. So I think creating an environment that vulnerability is like accepted and welcomed, and then knowing that it will be built upon. So I think one attribute that a corporate leader could use, or a leader in business, is being willing to make yourself available and listen. I think is a huge deal.
Yeah, I think not only listening, but making sure the other person feels that you are listening. Because I've been in situations in my own work as a leader and as the person reporting up to the leader where I wasn't feeling heard or I wasn't listening. And I've been in all of those different situations. So that's so true. One thing I wanted to jump back to, because I was just so interested, you mentioned the third space and you mentioned the community, and when you said that, it reminded me of Toastmasters, like our little third space of interacting with people that you don't normally interact with, but you also have these really deep, strange connections because when they're giving speeches, they are bearing their souls and telling you stories about themselves that you wouldn't otherwise hear in kind of a social situation. Can you I just want to hear more about your thoughts on that word choice and your experience of that third space that you're creating.
So I feel like it's a fairly new term that's kind of, well, maybe it's just the buzz around it is new. But what we've experienced personally is that it's a space where people can come and connect without feeling pressured to buy anything. And there's just a sense of friendship right off the bat. We try to be very welcoming at the Bridge because there have been other spaces that I won't name that it just didn't feel. There was a weird energy. And so I think it's so important even just to make eye contact and say hi. That's it. I think that's even just the start. And then it trickles. That energy trickles, I feel like. and at our theater we have spaces for lounging, and we're
Just hanging out.
Yeah,
After shows, before shows,
we're
before
trying
class,
to even
after
just
class.
make that even better. Where it's something that I think that goes back to what I don't know what David's vision was when he said, I want it to be community ran. Even though we're an LLC, we're not a nonprofit. I think it was very wise of him, because improv is so, like I said before, it's very open source. And so it should be like I picture like a web. Like just a group of people. There's like this little club here within our community, and there's like Side Note, and I don't know if you've been to Side Note Collective. It's musical improv every first.
It's like it's a community-led jam that meets twice a month.
Totally free.
But they've been going for a few years now.
No experience needed.
And people bring instruments, people do all kinds of stuff. But it's like creating an environment where that is fostered has meant the world to me. Do you know what I mean? And other people doing stuff like that, using the third space to create friendship and stuff like that. I've had someone stop me in the hallway and say, you've saved my life by having this space available. And I think that's so important, because it's like having a space, even if like, let's say you don't feel like you're very good at performing, but like you now have a space you can go and hang out with people and watch shows and laugh. And then you have your weekly class where you're meeting with people who are like-minded individuals and having connections with them. It's just creating a social situation that is, and also improv is this thing where like, if us four had never done improv and we're taking a class together, we're all on the same level of, we're in this fight together now. You know what I mean? Like
It's great for bonding.
We're like going up against this thing as a unit, and it's like this is wild, So it creates a bond immediately.
You also mentioned the jam. There's also a jam, not musical oriented, every Saturday night that's free for anyone to go and just try improv or just to watch, get a taste of the community.
Yeah.
Highly recommend going.
There's a new one too, led by another community member on
Test Kitchen, 4:30.
On 4:30.
Teams can like try out new formats and stuff.
At Saturday on 4:30.
Got it.
At Saturday on 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to dive in. Also, you mentioned that you all have seen a lot of growth, and you mentioned you've moved into a bigger space. We're in Toastmasters. I'm in a club leadership, and over the past, since COVID killed a lot of in-person third spaces. I'm just going to co-opt that term. And this year, the past year, our membership has just grown and grown and grown and grown. And I don't know if it's something about 2025 or just my own personal experience that I'm projecting out, but it just has felt like people are back to craving these community, these third spaces. At least in my Toastmasters world, we're about to hit a limit to our club, which we haven't had since before COVID.
Oh, wow.
And so it took us 5 years, or the club, I've only been here a year, but it's taken 5-6 years to build back. So I'm curious, since we're talking about this community aspect in third space, are you all seeing something as well in your community, or you're just growing because you've got that bigger space, or both?
I think it's a mixture of both. I saw an interesting article headline. I don't even know where I saw it on Instagram, but friendship is in vogue right now. Friendship is the thing to do and be and have right now versus being in a relationship. It's uncool to be in a relationship right now. And
it's cool to have friends.
And what I take that as experiencing too, connection and experience. And that's what improv is. It's an experience.
I think
even if you're in the audience, it's an experience.
I think people are craving authenticity too.
That too.
And like genuine authenticity because of COVID and because of like our growing technology that we have. Like there's becoming a lot of inauthentic experiences of like things are automated, things are done this way, and you're not having like human connection a lot of time. So I think there is going to be And, maybe it's taken 5 years now that we're in 2025 where people are hitting a breaking point of like just simply talking to someone is such a craving that we have because we are social beings. Even us introverts need to go talk to people every once in a while. So.
It's true.
I get people in my Improv 101 class that say, oh, yeah, I just work from home. I just need to get out once a week. And
Working remotely and...
They need that connection.
Working remotely, ordering DoorDash, and for weeks you don't talk to people.
Yeah. Face to face, yeah.
That's so true. And with the proliferation of AI, ChatGPT,
I was just gonna
Claude, I know people who are getting therapy on that for better or worse, but you're
robot.
And that's so, I feel like that's so insightful. Authenticity is going to be what we need in 2026 because these other ways of communicating are more, maybe not more, I don't know, they claim to be more convenient and efficient, and maybe they are, but authenticity.
It's wild though, because like I just saw a message from somebody, and you could tell that they sent it through ChatGPT. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, that's a bummer. There's not like the authenticity of a mistake in there, And so if that's where we're headed, where everybody's just like, meh, 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 I think people are going to really start to crave authentic, genuine connections.
I've said this before to David, with acting, like people using videos that have fake people in them, AI generated people. I've predicted that maybe live performances will be more valuable going forward now and going forward. People want to see real people in the flesh.
They want to see our pores.
Yes. Yes. They want to see our flaws and our mistakes. And that's what improv is. It celebrates, it's built on the mistake of the moment, aka rib sauce,
You have to listen to episode 1 for that, part 1.
Rib juice.
Rib juice. Sorry.
Rib juice.
Speaking of, let's do another quick scene. David, Jess, I'll let you all kind of map it out for us. But let's do another scene, and then we can jump to our rapid fire after that.
Okay, Jess and Rupesh will do one, and then I'll do one with Rachel. Rachel and I will start. For this sequence, Rachel, you're delivering some sort of surprising news to me, and then I'm just going to react, and then we're going to see where the conversation goes from there. But we do know each other somehow. So the suggestion we'll get is, how do Rachel and I know each other?
You know each other through your in-laws. You're related via in-laws.
Okay.
Interesting.
So like he's my brother-in-law, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're delivering some sort of news to me, and then we'll see where the conversation goes.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So I have something to tell you.
Okay.
You know your cat?
Yeah.
Your cat?
Little Poppy.
Yeah. Poppy has told me that she really wants to live with me. So I'm gonna take her.
Little Poppy told you that?
Yeah. We kind of have this like mind connection.
Well, so Little Poppy's gonna go with you.
Yes.
Okay.
You're cool with that?
I'm not cool with it, but I want what's best for Little Poppy.
That's so great of you.
Okay. Well, you gonna pack all of her dresses?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And the shoes.
Yeah, she loves her shoes.
Yeah.
Remember, pairs of 4.
Mm-hmm. How much do those cost?
Pairs of 4.
She's a cat. She's got 4 feet.
Yeah, but
I see what you're saying. Pairs of 4 would be like 8.
Well, she does have 8 feet, so that makes sense.
That's true. She does. And see.
she has 8 feet.
I got it.
Yes,
There's
and well, if she could talk to the cat can have 8 feet.
Totally.
Awesome jump.
Yeah, that was good. I liked how each of you at certain moments took it to that next level in a very subtle way.
Simple.
Yeah.
And like, in improv, something that helps with scene work is like the information is understood.
Right.
So like when Rachel's saying something to me of like, hey, you know, the cat talked to me, I'm like, well, okay. You know what I mean? Like it's understood. Because if you're surprised by all the information's being told constantly, it's going to feel like there's like a missed connection here. So we'll do you two now. Rupesh, you're going to be delivering news to Jess. Rachel, how do they know each other?
Okay.
They're mermaids together.
We're mermaids.
Oh, okay. You guys are mermaids under the water. And Rupesh, you're delivering some sort of news.
Hey, Arietti. How's it going?
Clementine, you caught me in the middle of washing dishes. What's up?
You're looking so great. I did have some news, however, to share. It's pretty serious.
Hold on, let me finish washing this plate.
Oh, you missed a spot.
Ding.
That's what the news was about.
What?
There was
What?
no the water's dirty.
The water we wash with is dirty?
The water, all of it. Wash with it. Shower with it. That tea you had this morning, remember you told me about the taste?
No. The taste, it tasted like coffee grounds.
Those weren't coffee grounds.
No. Poop?
No.
Okay. Oil spill. It's an oil spill.
Yes.
Are you trying to tell me we live in an oil spill here in our little ocean?
It's serum, actually. Yes. It's an oily serum. All the kids these days, they've been using it and it's been spilling.
But that's why my skin looks so good.
Exactly.
I am so
Wow, Rupesh, you're a natural at this.
He is. Yeah, that's what I was trying
That's
to
not
say.
where I was going with it, but it ended up going there.
Ariadne is such a funny.
Ariadne!
Well, I was thinking Ariel, but I didn't want to say Ariel.
It
love that
felt
name.
perfect.
Yeah.
Love that
Ariadne.
name.
It's just
Love
like
it.
yes,
I even forgot what I named you.
Clementine.
That's right.
Just swimming over.
Oh,
I blacked
so
out.
much to learn. Same.
I could see it. I could see it on the stage, like Jess scrubbing and you swimming over.
Yeah.
Ariadne.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ooh, I need to work
The
on my
water
swim.
is dirty.
Oh, I play animals or like creatures all the time on stage.
And
I liked-
babies.
Babies, yeah, I play babies.
Yeah.
I love
Just
playing a
putting
baby.
voice to the
Yeah.
inner baby.
My go-to whenever I don't know what to do is just make it about cats.
Yeah. We've noticed.
Yeah.
I know you're taking my cat away. I was like, I thought you were gonna go really dark, and I was like, where are you going?
Oh, thank goodness you did.
I would never.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like, I have some news about your cat. I'm like, what?
Yeah, too soon.
Go for it.
It's funny.
Well, we'd like to close each episode with some rapid fire. And since we have two of you, feel free, one or both.
Okay.
And I'll start with the first one, then we can just go between Rachel and I. So, first question, and again, either one of you or both. What improv show, movie, or video has inspired you recently?
Oh, improv show, movie.
I mean, I just watched a show last Saturday. They were the closing team at our theater, Super Loop. They had a cast of 8, which can be really hard when you have a huge cast, but they all shined in different ways. So I was inspired by like a large group performing and like really like their chemistry and working together was so magnificent. Like I was inspired by that, like with Super Loop. So shout out to Super Loop.
Hell yeah. I don't know if it's because of recency, but last night we had a 101 showcase. So it's a 9-week course, and the culmination of the whole class, this group of 10 students, they get to celebrate by showcasing their skills that they learned to friends and family and other students. And it's free. It's open to the community, actually. And it's just it's always pure. I think 101 is very special because it's people who are still 2 months into improv and they're performing in front of a group of people maybe for the first time, and they don't know they're making maybe small mistakes, quote unquote mistakes, because that's what improv is built on, right? And so as the teacher who's like helping, direct them during the show, I'm cheering them on with because I've seen how much they've grown, but also because of the magic that's happening on stage, and it inspires me. I'm always like, I want to get up there, because they're just so free in those moments, and it's just beautiful.
I love that. I actually have something to add to your question. There's a show, I think it's called Jury Duty.
Oh yeah,
have you guys seen that?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one guy who thinks he's actually at jury duty, and everybody else is an actor. And they go through like this really long jury trial, and at the very end he finally finds out that it's all fake, but it's so funny. So that I loved.
It's very funny.
Yeah, because they have to improvise around whatever he chooses to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so do you guys prefer long form or short form improv?
Long form, but I still love short form. But I keep saying but. As you become an improviser, short form is very accessible and fun, and then as you keep performing and going longer, doing long form is like the most rewarding experience. Like I've done a 90-minute show with just one other person, and like that was top notch. Like to be able to sustain scenes and stuff for that long.
Wow, 90 minutes.
I love seeing where those characters end up in a longer show.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me personally, because I think both are good for the other, meaning they've helped me expand my skill set for the other. And so, because you can do short form principles in long form, you can do new choice in long form, you can do action, emotion, detail in long form, you can do character switching in long form, and so I do love the energy that short form brings, meaning like the game is only 2 minutes, you're in and out, and I'm a very spontaneous person in that way, to where if I know I can sustain a high energy thing for 2 minutes, but it's harder to do in long form sometimes. And sometimes also the worlds that we build in long form are swept, meaning edited out, and now a new world is created. And I kind of wanted to exist in that world just a little bit longer, but somebody swept it away and I can't revisit it again. And so there's just something about short form where I just love the high energy of it, that it hits my serotonin levels, my dopamine levels differently than long form, personally. I also don't have a great memory. And long form requires really, if you're doing a whole 20-minute set, sometimes 30, 45, planting those seeds throughout and building a story, not necessarily narrative, but and then revisiting and doing callbacks, that requires a great memory. But yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve when someone's doing improv?
Pet peeve.
I think someone, if there's a really good idea right in front of them and they throw it away because they have something in their head, I think that's frustrating for me to watch, because I'm like, oh, there was something so good right in front of you, but they walked on and we're we're gonna do this now. It's a pet peeve. It's something that's and it's not ill-willed, you know what I mean, but it's something that happens that's unfortunate.
For me, I think mine is pantomime. Because we don't have props in improv, we just pretend we do, and so if somebody just drops what they're holding and it just vanishes out of thin air, and they start talking, and then they're holding it again out of nowhere instead of setting it down. Or even if they're doing the old school, because we're all this was a staple. The index finger and the pinky was a staple back, like up and I don't know. Because I don't know, that's
the only
not
time you
how
should do
What
it
do
is
people do now?
yeah, they have phones.
Oh.
I mean, I even do my Nokia.
Oh, the Motorola.
Yeah, the Razor.
I think it'd be fun to even just like pantomime playing with the chord. That would be fun. But yeah, this isn't a phone.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
If a scene is going south, what's your go-to move to try and save it?
Find some commonality and then build upon it. Or you can abandon and start anew. Do you mean I've seen a lot of times like teams will be in a scene that is just and they just keep digging down. Mm-hmm. When we have edits in improv where you can edit out of something. And you can edit and go somewhere and like start fresh. Because of the nature of what we do, not every idea is going to be good. So you can start anew and build upon something else, or you can like circumvent and find something to build upon in what you're in. But yeah, it's never too late.
I love that. I wish I did that. I'm more of a fear-based. I'm only 7.5 years into my improv journey, but I'm not whatever you are, 20 years, but
Also having a secret, it's a big one.
Oh.
So
And just be like, I have a secret to tell you.
that's a tool that I think, is underutilized, is revealing something. But I think I get awkward, and my go-to is getting physical and emotional, making a physical or emotional choice, which is what I teach my students to do, because I think we put too much weight on our verbal words. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, getting back into your body is a way to, one, take stock of what's happened in the scene, keep it simple, and then inject some fun physical energy. I'm just a physical player, but I feel like it's what the audience comes to see is you move around on stage, not to see two people standing still talking.
Yeah.
One last maybe not rapid fire, but what's one piece of advice you would give to someone who's afraid to try improv?
Advice.
Know that your peers and the audience know that you're making it up. So let that fear wash away. Like there's an understanding, there's an agreement, a pact, so to speak, that everybody here knows that you're making it up. And so there's a measure of grace given. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, like, so I think the fear of being funny, the fear of having something very clever, let it wash away from you and just trust the process.
Gosh. I usually say I used to think I wouldn't ever be able to do it because I watched him do improv in high school. I was like, that's no way. Nope, not me. So I usually say there's a misconception that you have to be witty and funny and fast, quick on.
Yeah. And I think that's so true for public speaking as well.
Yeah.
So if people you are interested in learning more, reaching out, how can they find you all?
BridgeImprovTheater.com. We also have an Instagram that they can follow and see when shows and everything is.
Facebook, Instagram.
But our website's a great place to go. It's very accessible to go and like see what's going on, what we're doing. Also, just come to the theater on a weekend, catch a show, and then like hang out afterwards. There's always stuff going on.
I will say it doesn't seem as far as I feel like people think it's far. It's just off the 202 in Dobson, right off the freeway.
We're like the border of Tempe and Mesa, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually really close to here.
Yeah.
Great. Rachel, anything else before I close us out?
Thank you guys for coming. It was amazing to have this. And I hope everyone listening comes to the Bridge because it's just so much fun. Even if you don't try it, although I do recommend going to the free class just to try it out. But yeah, and everyone's scared when they first try it. And so was I, but it's super fun.
Yeah.
So
Thank
give it a
you.
shot.
Communication,
Thank you.
leadership, community, connection, empathy. We talked about so much awesome stuff. Thank you all so much for coming. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. If you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we encourage you to speak Arizona.